guys, this is Mital and welcome back to my channel. In today's video for my birthday series, I'm going to be telling you guys how I planned my 21st birthday. First of all, I am extremely sorry that some of you guys might be confused as to what I actually did for my 21st birthday. So I don't know why, but somehow I was just not very clear. So basically, if you saw my previous two vlogs, I went out for a one-day staycation. I went on August 18th and I returned back on August 19th, which is my actual birthday. And I basically went to a hotel for a one-day staycation. So the whole plan was to go on lunch for August 18, from lunch to go to the hotel for the staycation, spend the night there, have breakfast and return back on the morning of August 19, so that I can spend the rest of the day at home with my family. This was the whole plan and that is how it went. And now in this video I will tell you guys how exactly I planned my birthday, how much money I spent, how I booked everything, and all the details here and there. So let's get started with the video. Okay, now the first thing that I did for my 21st birthday is to make a plan. Step number one is make a plan. Now I had this idea, I would say approximately 1.5 to 2 months before my birthday, of what I exactly wanted to do for my birthday. Now I would say that last year, though I did not celebrate my birthday at all, I just met Heath because it was COVID, there was lockdown, and there was no way, there was no order in from restaurants, there was no way I could celebrate my birthday. Plus, I'm a Jain and my Paryushan was going on my birthday, so I did not celebrate my birthday. And I would say like previous birthdays were not that great because something or the other bad happened on my birthday and it was not something very great. And I thought that it is my 21st birthday, I'm getting to celebrate it nicely after a very long time, and that is why I wanted something very relaxing but enjoyable as well. I have not gone out to roam or to stay anywhere since 3 years. I just went once this year in February to Lonavala. That was also less than 24 hours. So I was like, you know what, one thing that I really want to do this birthday is to go out. Doesn't matter if it is just in Mumbai, but I just want to get out of my house. So that was the thing that was in my mind. I started to think about options, and the only thing that fit into my mind was a one-day staycation at a hotel in Mumbai itself. Now I could go to places nearby to Mumbai like Lonavala or Daman or Mahabaleshwar and stuff like that. But the thing is, the traveling cost and the transport and everything would add up a lot on me, and that was not something that I was ready for. So staying in Mumbai in a hotel seemed the best option for me. So that was my whole plan. I had not thought of anything else as such, but my whole plan was to stay in a hotel, come back on 19th, and yeah, that is it. I also knew that the people I wanted to go with, so you also need to finalize where you want to go, with whom you want to go, when you want to go. So I wanted to go for one day, so go on August 18th, come back on August 19th, and I wanted to go with two of my best friends, Heath and Khushi. I cannot imagine spending my birthday without them. That is what we've been doing for almost 3 to 4 years now, and I cannot imagine my birthday without them. So of course I had to take them with me. So I wanted 3 of us to be together on my birthday staycation, and that is what I did. I just had this plan in my mind. There was nothing more detailed about it, and I told it to Heath, I think, when we met in July. So I have a few clips of telling, I think, Heath and Khushi. I don't remember if I have both of them, but whatever clips are there, I'm going to insert them right here. Okay, so I told her about the plan.
Hi guys.
And what do you think?
It was so similar to what I had planned for her drum roll.
Yeah, dude, I told her the plan and we had such similar plans.
Yeah, but hopefully we're gonna do both.
Yeah, we're gonna
It's
try.
a win-win for my
But
girls.
we are really excited actually. But you
I'm
know,
very
we're very excited because
You all will know what it is. I'm very
yeah,
excited.
we will know. So yeah. Okay, so that was it. That was me, telling my whole birthday plan to my best friends. And now I will tell you guys how I planned the details of my staycation. Now, once I told Het and Khushi, I tried to tell them the details of what we were actually going to do for those 2 days. So what I really wanted to do was actually go out on a lunch. Now, if you know me as a person, you know that I'm completely a lunch person. Like, to go out, I would always love to go out on lunch rather than dinner. I usually avoid dinners. I don't remember the last time I've actually gone to a dinner. It's always lunch. It's because we get good photos. You get to enjoy for a very long period of time. And yeah, that is it. That's what I love doing. And we hadn't gone out to have lunch and click good photos together for a very long time, so I thought that I really want to go on a lunch. So what I thought is we could go on a lunch on 18th. After that, we would go to the hotel. We would chill over there or whatever that is. For dinner, we would order in something to the hotel because of course room service and everything is expensive and I did not want to spend that much. So I decided we would order some kind of online delivery from Zomato, Swiggy, whatever. And then next day, of course, we took breakfast at the hotel, and yeah, that is basically then we would come back. So this was kind of the detailed plan. I also did plan my photo shoot. If you guys have missed it out, I will link my Instagram down below. You can see like all the photo shoot that I did in the hotel. So I had this particular photo shoot in mind, so I kind of like planned out all the details about that photo shoot as well, what I wanted, what I wanted to take with me to the hotel, like cake or cupcakes or things like that. And that is how I made my entire plan. So you just want to have a rough idea first. You need to finalize how many people, where you want to go, how you want to go, like the transport and everything. And then you kind of go into details slowly as things start to finalize. Now, step number 2 is to fix a budget. The most important thing is you need to decide your budget for this whole trip or getaway or any kind of occasion that you are planning this for. Now, you need to keep in mind the place, the amount of people, your transport, everything when you are making this plan. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि you want lavish plans but your budget is not that much. Like तुम्हारा 1,000 rupees का budget and you have a lavish plan, you cannot afford that. So you have to make sure that your plan and your budget go hand in hand together. So what I had decided for myself was to book a hotel room for 3 of us under rupees 10,000, and then the transport and food, whatever would be there, it would be additional, and that was not an issue for me because I knew कि उतना नहीं होगा. Like it would maximum sum up in like 3,000 including like transport and stuff. So that is what I planned. So I fixed a budget of booking a hotel under 10,000 and then whatever additional. So I feel like around 14,000, 13 to 14,000 was my entire budget to spend for 18th and 19th of August. Now that was my budget. Now you also need to keep in mind what kind of transport you're using, whether you're going to use a private transport, whether you're going to hire someone for transport, whether you're going to use public transport or whatever it is. You need to keep that costing in mind as well, because if you hire a private if you hire someone for your transport, the person is going to stay, or they're going to get the cost of the car and everything, which will raise up your transport money. If you have a private car or like a local transport, like a public transport, then your cost will come down much lower. Or if you are going by cab, then that will also increase your transport cost. So you need to keep that in mind. Next, I was also going for lunch, so you need to keep that amount in mind as well. You want to see, are you ready to spend some amount of money? Like, for me it was like we are going 2 people, 3 people. I really wanted to go to a nice place because we hadn't gone out for so long, but at the same time I kept my budget in mind. So I thought like around 1500 to 2000 for 2 people. That was my budget for my lunch, and that is where we went. I will leave the link of all the places I went and everything in the description, so make sure you guys check it out. So that was my budget. So all in all, that is how I planned. So make sure you plan it that way. If you're going somewhere away, see the restaurants and like the food places nearby that place, and you know where you would want to go, rather than going there and then you realize that there's not something you like, or things are very expensive, things are very cheap, whatever, you know. Find places that will suit your budget and then only go ahead with the plan. So I think, yeah, that is how I had fixed my budget. Now next was step number 3, which is enquiring. Now for enquiring, I called hotels personally for my booking. One of my friends really helped me out with booking by suggesting me to, you know, ask tour organizers and guides who can book hotels for me. And also I had a few of my relatives who could help me out with bookings. You could see online bookings and stuff like that. So that is the whole enquiry process. I actually narrowed down to a few hotels prior. I have even made a booking, and then I realized that I was getting somewhere else a cheaper price and a better hotel. So I had to cancel that booking, book again, and like reschedule the whole plan. But that is what it is. Enquiring is a must. Try your best possible sources and only then go ahead with your booking, go ahead with your payment, because then you don't want to regret ki book ho gaya and then you realize you're getting somewhere else for a cheaper price, or you're getting a better offer somewhere else or something like that. So keep on inquiring. Also, one thing that I would highly suggest you guys is to take a book, pen, write down all the points that you want to inquire about. I will show you guys clips of when I call the hotels and everything. But what I basically asked, you know, like what is the cost for 2 people, cost for 3 people, is breakfast included, are there any extra charges, extra bed, what is the view, what floor, if you want a bathtub, if you don't want a bathtub, if you want a shower area, if you want a big room, you want a small room, you want a big TV, small TV, like stuff like that, you know, like if you know your hotel allows food delivery into it. Because of COVID, there are a lot of restrictions. If you need to get any prior testing, like you know, if you have to get RT-PCR test for COVID or something like that. So make down a list of all the things that you want to inquire about, and when you call the hotel, make sure you write down the responses or you record the call, so that you know you don't have to call them again and again, or you don't forget or something like that. So that is the whole inquiry process. I will insert a few clips so that you guys have a generalized idea how I went about with it.
So are you looking for a plan with a breakfast or one major meal also included?
No, a plan with a breakfast. So does a room have a bathtub like in both of them, or and like what are the check-in and check-out timings?
Check-in time would be 2 p.m. in the afternoon.
Okay.
And check-out time would be 12 p.m. in the afternoon. That's right.
So that is how you guys saw me inquiring, making the bookings for some random hotels and stuff like that. Next thing is step number 4 is to finalize everything. Finalize where you want to go, how many people, when you want to go, for how long you want to go, and everything. You need to sit down, finalize everything. I would suggest around 15 days, at least 15 days before you are departing. Try to finalize everything. I'm not saying to book everything, but at least finalize everything. You can of course make the payment later on, but you need to be sure of the plan. And you know, if you are booking through the hotel or a tour guide or something, make sure you book in advance, because as the dates near, the prices do keep on increasing. So you need to finalize everything. Now what I finalized was I was going to the Leela. Now there was kind of a lot of here and there midway, where first I booked for 3 of us, then I had to rebook for 2 of us, and then add the 3rd person. So that is why, you know, when you inquire, you need to ask them like, is it okay if you cancel someone, or if you want to add someone and stuff like that. So I booked the Leela for 7,500 for 3 people, breakfast included. I'm telling you the final execution, okay? Then for lunch we had finalized 3 to 4 places, and then I think a day or two before we were leaving, I finalized the place for lunch as well. So if you are someone who wants to click photos, make sure you go through Zomato and see all the reviews for the food, see the menu, see the ambience. If you like it, if you know, you'll get good photos if you want it, because if you go there and then you just see that okay, you're not gonna get good photos, it's just not worth it at that point. So make sure you do all your research before you are going. Finalize how many people were there. Now that is something that we could not unfortunately do, because 3 of us are medical students and we have our college going on, so there were a lot of uncertainties. Me and Heth were 100% sure we were bunking our college for 2 days, both of us, but Khushi unfortunately had to attend college, but we tried to manage it in our plan. So make sure, you know, like, who is coming, who is not sure जो भी है, and how will you be able to manage it if something happens the last moment. Finalize when you want to go, what time you want to leave. If I'm going on 18th August and 19th, what time I want to leave on 18th, when do I have to reach where, and at what time do I have to return. So my basic plan was to leave around 11:30 for lunch, because the place was kind of like, I would say like 45 minutes, 1 hour away from where I stay. So leave around 11:30, reach by 12:30, have our lunch, click photos and everything, and then leave from there and reach the hotel by 3 or 3:30. And we would actually get Khushi's car, but unfortunately she had to attend college, so we did not get that mode of transport, so we had to go by cab. So I had to keep that in mind, booking a cab, adding the cost of the cab into everything. And that was it. That is what we finalized. We also finalized what we wanted to have for dinner, so I started to, you know, look for options as well, like a day or two before we were leaving, to look for options around the hotel, like restaurants that will deliver. So we wanted to eat pizza for dinner, we wanted to keep it very light, and so I looked around for options next day for breakfast, and also decided what time I wanted to return. So basically the checkout was at 12. Yeah, don't forget to ask for check-in and check-out timings as well, because a lot of hotels have it differently. So checkout time was at 12, so I knew that I want to check out, I want to keep my luggage down, still explore around the hotel, and around leave by like 1 or 1:30. And that is how my entire plan went. That is how I finalized everything. Also I finalized my outfits, what I'm going to wear, everything that I need to take, what bags I'm gonna take, and what makeup gonna take, what skincare I'm gonna take, like everything I'm gonna take. I just had it in my mind, I had finalized it, I had made a list, and that is it. That is how I finalized everything for this whole plan. Next we have step number 5, which is the last step, which is execution. So you need to keep in mind the D-Day, what you're going to do, and things that you will be preparing just before the D-Day. So something that I did is to write down a list of all the things that I need to pack for myself. I will insert clips of me, you know, making a list and show you guys what all I have to do. I also had planned that I really want to shoot some content for Instagram, for YouTube as well. So I wrote down all the content ideas that I want to do, in which outfit I have to do what, and everything. I will insert clips, and also whatever I am packing, like what was in my bag, I have an IGTV up for it, which will go up on my Instagram very very soon. So I will leave my Instagram down below. Make sure you follow me so that you can get to know what all I packed for my staycation. Okay, so now this place is basically what I'm gonna pack on my bag. I have an entire IGTV up on how I pack my bag and what I'm actually gonna keep in. So make sure you check that out on my Instagram. I will link that down below. But this is what I have. So these are basically my clothes, my slippers, accessories like all the earrings, jewel, necklace and everything, comb, clips and rubber bands, skincare. So one tip that I usually do is whenever I'm traveling, I take very minimal skincare. So I know that I might get a face wash from the hotels. I'm not gonna carry my own. If I do, I will take a mini travel size. and then I just skip on my toner and serum, and I take just a moisturizer, sunscreen and lip balm. Other things we have some makeup, perfume, my shooting equipment, some decor equipment, toothbrush, charger, don't forget that, water bottles, plastic extra bags, tissue papers and stuff like that. So this is basically an overview, and I'm really organized right now. So yeah, I'm really happy. Okay, so that was it. That was all the list and everything, how I packed, what I wanted to shoot and everything. The last step is when I'm leaving, how I am leaving and everything. So just like I told you guys, we had planned that I wanted to leave by 11:30. So I informed Heth it was only 2 of us for lunch, and Khushi joined us later on at the hotel directly. So we had planned that, we made sure that both of us were ready. We had everything, we cross-checked with each other as well. And yeah, like, make sure you book your cabs on time and everything. Make sure you keep check of the weather, because the day we were leaving, it was raining a lot. There was a lot of traffic, cab prices were hiked and all of that. So make sure you keep all of that in mind, and make your plan around that. So I think with that we wrap up all the steps and how I basically planned my birthday staycation, or whatever you guys feel to call it. I will give you guys like a total costing of everything that I spent on. So the first thing that I spent on was the hotel booking, which was 7,500 for 3 people, breakfast included. You can also get options with both the meals included, like lunch or dinner, or only dinner or only lunch, or if you don't want breakfast, just lunch and dinner. So you have to make sure you know all about that in the ENQUIRE wala step. Next up, I had traveling costs. So my traveling cost was, I would say, around 700 to 750 rupees, and that was because I went by a cab. If I had gone by a private transport or a public transport, it would have been cheaper for me. But since we had a lot of luggage and we did not have any other option, we had to go by a cab. And also keeping in mind that it was raining that day, there was a lot of traffic, cab prices were hiked, which affected my budget as well. So around 700 to 750 was my traveling budget. Next up was how much I spent at the restaurant for lunch. Now I expected for 2 people it would not be more than, I would say, like 1200 to 1400, but surprisingly the bill was around 1800 rupees, which it's okay, it's my birthday, I shouldn't be like giving it so much thought. It's okay, I'm here to enjoy. So that is what the thought process was. Of course I felt like it was a little bit on the higher side, but you don't have to keep on focusing on that. It's happened, and that was what my budget was. So I spent 1800 on my lunch. Food I'll tell you total. So 1800 for lunch, and then I think I compensated a lot on the dinner. Surprisingly, we got dinner for very cheap. So we ordered it through Zomato. We had a lot of offers on Zomato, discount codes, as well as we had Zomato Pro. So we did get a very good deal, and we ordered pizzas, and the total amount was to 700 rupees. So the total food costing was 2,500 rupees. I would say for around 5 people, because in the morning me and Heth had the lunch, and then at night 3 of us were there. So around, I would say, 500 per person, which I think that is a very normal basic costing nowadays. So that is the total costing laid down right here, and I would say the total amount that I actually spent for this birthday was around 10,500 to 10,700. So that is what I had, and I was surprisingly very happy that I tried to keep it under a lot of budget of what I had it in mind. Now mind you, if there were not trains, if we had private transport and everything, then I would have shrunken it down to 10,000 or under 10,000. But it is okay, you need to keep some plus and minus adding on. You cannot of course be like 10,000 hai to say 1 rupee I cannot spend more or 1 rupee less. But yeah, I think that was it. And you also, one thing you need to keep in mind is where you're getting the money from. Are you spending your own money? Are you taking it from your parents? Or someone sponsoring you? Or do you not have the money ready and you have to save up for it? So if you have to save up for it, first save up the money and then make the plan. Make sure you have the money with you ready when you are about to execute the plan. Otherwise there will be a lot of last minute changes, and I don't think that is a very good idea. So yeah, I think that is it. That wraps up the video. I hope you guys liked this video, you found it helpful, and I will leave the links of the person that I booked my hotels and everything through, all the places I went through. And in case you guys want any other links or any other information, leave it down in the comments. I will answer it for you guys. But that is it. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.